Hello. Thanks for joining us again on the channel. Okay, yes, we've tried so many of these. Too many probably. But this one stands out. It caught me off guard. Let's figure out why together. Quick note before we begin. There's a discount link in the description and the top comment if you want to check it out. Now, let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Let's begin by examining the insights provided by our first reviewer.
This reviewer, a person of about 510 and 180 pounds, uses this electric scooter for a demanding daily commute that covers nearly 12 miles each way, including some moderate inclines. Even after completing the full round trip, our reviewer notes that the battery still has significant charge remaining, which speaks volumes about the machine's impressive range. Having upgraded from a previous model, this client finds there is simply no comparison when it comes to the look, comfort, and overall performance of this new ride. The comfort level was an immediate highlight. Our reviewer describes the feeling of the rear shock absorbers as almost like floating, providing a surprisingly smooth journey. While front shocks would be a welcome addition, it's understood that at this value, the current setup is more than adequate. What makes this scooter truly special for our client, however, is its accessibility. Following a stroke that left them with balance issues and other physical challenges, finding a mode of transport that felt safe and stable was crucial. This scooter provides that confidence, allowing them to ride comfortably and securely. It has been, in our reviewer's own words, a life-changing purchase. For someone who doesn't get excited about many things, this machine has brought a newfound sense of freedom and enjoyment, even earning compliments from strangers. It's noted as being very powerful, quiet, and easy to operate, though a slightly higher top speed would have been a bonus. Emphasizing that this was a personal purchase and not a promotion, the client wholeheartedly recommends this scooter, concluding that it's a purchase no one would regret.
Wonderful. Now, let's explore the feedback from our next reviewer.
This reviewer shared their experience after using this personal electric vehicle for about 3 weeks, offering some helpful insights for potential new owners. According to our reviewer, the initial setup process was quite simple and didn't present any real challenges. The machine arrived partially charged, as is common, and completing its very first full charge took roughly 6 hours. Once it was up and running, this client was genuinely impressed with its performance. They noted that this personal transporter possesses a good amount of power, and they even tested its capacity by riding it with a combined weight of nearly 270 pounds, which it handled without any noticeable strain or issues. However, the main point of concern for this user was the behavior of the battery indicator. When the battery is full, the display shows 4 bars. The first 2 bars deplete at a normal rate, lasting for a substantial ride of around 15 to 20 miles. The problem they found was with the last 2 bars. These remaining bars seemed to drain much more rapidly, sometimes disappearing in as little as 3 more miles of use. This inconsistency left them wondering whether it was a sign of a potential battery issue or simply a strange quirk in how this particular model's power gauge is calibrated. Overall, the final verdict was that it's a solid and capable vehicle with strong performance, but the peculiarity of the battery reading and how quickly the power seems to vanish in the second half of a charge is certainly something to keep in mind.
Cool. Let's uncover what our next reviewer has to say.
This reviewer recently shared their experience with this electric scooter, and their feedback paints a pretty clear picture of its strengths and a couple of points to consider. Overall, it seems to be a very capable piece of equipment, though not without a few minor drawbacks. One of the main observations our reviewer made was regarding the battery. While the scooter performed admirably, they found it a bit inconvenient that the battery isn't removable for charging. This means the entire unit needs to be brought to an outlet, which could be a hassle for some, particularly if they live in an upstairs apartment or don't have easy garage access. Adding to this, the scooter itself is rather heavy. Our reviewer noted it requires some effort to carry upstairs or lift into a vehicle, suggesting that enlisting a second person might be a good idea for such tasks. Despite its heft, this scooter truly shines in its performance. Our reviewer, who mentioned being on the heavier side and often used the highest power mode, Mode 3, while navigating hills, consistently achieved just over 20 miles on a single charge. This indicates a robust battery and motor combination. When encountering inclines, the scooter did slow down, which is expected, but it impressively maintained power, never dropping below 6 mph except for one instance when traffic forced a slowdown right before a climb. On moderate, shorter hills, it comfortably stayed above 10 mph, demonstrating its capability to tackle varied terrain. A unique feature of this particular scooter is its integrated pet basket, which our reviewer put to the test with their 50-pound Husky Collie mix. They noted that it was a tight fit for their dog, who is taller and longer than an average collie, but surprisingly, the pup seemed to enjoy the ride. However, our reviewer cautioned against very long excursions with a pet of that size, suggesting comfort might become an issue over extended periods. Ultimately, this client gave a strong end.
If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Got thoughts or questions? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.